Hey everyone, this is Lorenzo from Hacking Your Leadership, and welcome to another Thoughtful Thursday episode. Thank you for your continued support, and please, if you're listening to the show right now, take a second and subscribe to the podcast. This helps us greatly and gets the latest episodes to you the minute they release. Follow us on Instagram at Hacking Your Leadership, and give us a rating and review on your favorite listening platform. On this episode, I want to talk about a quote I heard the other day on a podcast I was listening to. The quote was, "Perception becomes reputation." I literally paused the episode and rewound it 15 seconds to hear it a second time. I then took a few minutes to consider the quote and realized it was very true. Perception does become reputation. I typically hear things like perception is reality and you have to learn how to manage your perception, but I've never really thought of the fact that how people perceive me is actually how they think of me, and that is what they typically share with other people. I know that may sound a little silly and obvious, but thinking about how people have said your reputation precedes you or so-and-so told me about you really lands the point home that my reputation is truly built on not only deep, long-term relationships with coworkers and peers, but also with short, quick interactions with others that really don't know me through direct, consistent experience. Benjamin Franklin said, "It takes many good deeds to build a good reputation, and only one bad one to lose it." I think that is so true, and I can immediately think of so many examples where a leader has made a small mistake, but because they are a leader, their people tend to hold on to that mistake, and it can take quite a while for them to work through it and get over it. As a leader, I started thinking of the reputation of other leaders I've worked with and how I describe them when asked about them. Sure enough, I am sharing my perception of them based on my personal experience, observing them in meetings, or listening to their recaps of conversations or interactions they've had with their people. I'm rarely exposed to observing them directly leading their teams. So, when I speak about these leaders, it is heavily based on what they or their people have told me about them without any actual self-validation of their behaviors. This is important to note, as it means that if you are truly trying to make a great impression with people or manage a potential negative perception, you really need to be conscious of your behavior at all times, and especially be conscious of how others currently perceive you. So here are 3 things that I believe can help to make sure you are aware of your perception and can work to make sure you have a great reputation. First, seek out people that you can trust to be honest with you. Ask them how they perceive you by literally asking them to tell you how they would explain your leadership style to others that would ask them. Second, write down any feedback you have received in the past 3 months and consider what you have done to improve or change those behaviors. Follow up directly with the person who provided the feedback and ask if they have seen any improvement. And third, ask a peer or direct boss to sit in on a conversation with one of your direct reports and just listen, take notes, and provide feedback to you afterwards to help refine your approach and dialogue. If you do these 3 things, you should have a pretty good idea of what perceptions may exist or what reputation you may have already built, good, bad, or indifferent. Have a great day, and talk to you all next week.